Hello, dear viewers. We are happy to welcome you back on the Alatra TV Middle East YouTube channel. And we are very happy that today we will have another beautiful live conversation with a very special guest today, this morning. I'm in Dubai. It's very hot here, but I'm very happy that we connect with people all around the world. And we have a chance today to ask our guest and my co hosts which weather they have in their countries. So, before we start, I would like to announce that the topic of our today's conversation is foundations of creative society. And before we start, dear viewers, I would like to remind you, please feel free to leave your comments and write your questions in the live chat below this window, yes, in YouTube. And exactly, if we find very interesting questions for our guest, we will ask them in our live broadcast. So please don't forget also to share your vision of creative society, because this is the main topic of our live broadcasts. And we would like to know how you envision such a society where everyone is happy. So don't forget to use two hashtags, hashtag Alatra Unite and hashtag Creative Society, if you repost our videos in your social networks. And I would like to greet my co-host today, one of my two co-hosts today, Taisia. Hi, Taisia, how are you?
Hello, Alina. I'm fine, thank you. I'm in Prague now, and it's pretty cold here. So if you're starting from the hot in Dubai, you're welcome to come to Prague. And I'd like to add that Alatra International Public Movement has launched a unique project which is called Creative Society. And people from more than 180 countries all over the world are conducting social surveys to find out how people envision a society where they, their loved ones, and everyone on earth would feel comfortable, safe, and happy. And now I'd like to pass the word to our co-host from Finland, Anastasia. Hi, Anastasia, how are you?
Uh, Hello. My name is Anastasia, and I'm right now in Finland, in Vantaa city. Hello, everyone. And today we have, I can say that quite good weather for Vantaa region is quite warm today, like maybe approximately 20 degrees or something like that. Yeah. And I also would like to add that on our today live broadcast, through this project, we are testing a theory of six handshakes. And according to this theory, all people on our planet know each other through six or even less social connections. And for example, I know someone, let's say from Poland, and through six or even less connections, thanks to modern technology. And now I would like to welcome our special guests of our live broadcast, Rafael Antoniewicz. Hello, Rafael.
Good afternoon for everyone.
Yes, hello. And Rafael is a lawyer from Finland. And we would like to thank you that you accept our invitation to participate in this live broadcast. And I would like to ask you the first question. Rafael, could you please tell us a little bit more about yourself? What inspires you in your work? What drives you in your profession?
It's a hard question because now I stopped to be a lawyer because I need to some break for that kind of job, because for that way, how it's working nowadays, it's not for me, and I changed the job and I moved from Poland to Finland because I work as a lawyer in Poland, and for some point of my life, I decided that that system and that kind of using law in my country, in law in other countries, international law, this is some big problem with that, how that people who work in that profession using that law. And the most important for me was that law is not, it's not, no, don't protect people. And then I decided that for now I need to have a break. I found the job in Finland. This is a normal job like everyone do every day, and that learn me that there is some point in your life that you need to use something else. You need to feel how regular people working, how regular people living, and how look like their jobs. And this is, for me, this is the job that I have money to live in Finland. This is the job where I see how it's look like for the regular people, because in my profession this is a different life, because your environment of work is different. You work at the office, you have a lot of money, you have a beautiful car, you have a lot of money, and for one point I thought that this is not for me, because the things don't give you a happiness. And I stop, and now I see that life of regular people nowadays is very hard, because they hard very strongly, but the payment, the salary is not good. They need to take the loans on the bank, and when they want to feel the better life, and every kind of that situation learned me that we must do something to change that system. We must do something to change our minds, because we live on that planet, and every people like the same, like me, you, and every people who watch that movie, because we have the same wishes. We want the same things, like home, safety for us, for our families, for our children. But that system don't give us an opportunity to feel the same way like people who have money. And this is the reason that I'm here, because I think that every kind of that new things in my life learn me every day. And this is hard, because it's easy to talk about that. Everything is wrong, the system is wrong, the people are wrong. This is not a good way, because we must feel like that people who do that things, and when you feel it, that you can figure out that maybe they have their reasons to do it for that way. And for me today is the little small step to growing and build the society, build the world for a different way, because I don't think so that when God created that world that he think that must like that way we see the world, because we have the wars, we have conflicts with the countries. I always believe that we don't need borders, because all the world is for us. Doesn't matter that I born in Poland, doesn't matter that I work in Finland. We are the same, we are the people, and the whole world is for us. We don't need that borders, we don't need a different language. And that was when I was 5-6 years, I always feel in my body that is something bigger than us, and the most important for the every connection with the people is the love. Because I think that some kind of devils doesn't exist. I think that in our lives exist two powers, love and fear. And when you have a fear inside you, then you're doing the wrong things. But when you have a love, only love, and you don't feel the fear, then you're doing all the time good things, and you change, the people are changed, and the world can be changed. But we must to feel love, and we must to share that love. And this is my vision. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rafael. It's very deep insights, and I think it resonates with understandings of many people. And then you said that we shouldn't blame all people around us, but we should take responsibility on ourselves, what we can do to change our society. This is why the project Creative Society was launched on the platform of ALLATRA International Public Movement. And within this project, this is exactly aimed for all people to unite and to think together what we can do as a humanity to create such a world where everyone is happy, because we have a lot of very sad like sides of our society, and all of us, we know them, and you described many of them already previously. But also we have a huge potential. Everyone is a human being with the strength, power to change the world. And when we unite, really, we can do a lot. So my first question for you today would be, from your opinion, what do you think unites people around the world? What unites all of us, despite nationalities, religious, races?
It's a very hard question. I need to think about it just a second. The first shot is the best. That was my idea. I think that we must focus for ourselves. We must focus what we have inside. Don't look how people doing some things. Don't look for that bad things. Focus on your body inside you, and then if you focus, because people searching happiness, searching good feelings, searching peace, because for me the peace is the more important thing what we must to find it. Because in my country they said spokój Boży, that means that God's peace. When you have that peace inside you, then everything is clear, everything is easy. And when you have that peace inside you, then you don't need to think about that you have some problems and you don't have problems. Because for me, the problem doesn't exist. There is some kind of situation in your day, in your life, in your week, in your month, then you must do something and resolve that situation. This is not a problem. When you have peace and when your mind is open, when you have a free mind and you don't worry about anything. You have the right in the Bible that you don't think about the next day, because this is not a good way. When you feel about the next day, you aren't on that moment, because that moment is our life. That moment is the most important. And in my opinion, if people start looking for some crushing the borders, when they start to looking to consolidate the people on the world, first of all, they must search inside their bodies. They must to find themselves. When they find themselves, then everything goes clearly. This is my opinion.
Thank you. Thank you. Everything that we have within us, it unites us. This inner love, inner freedom, wisdom that we already have within us. True. Thank you.
Yeah. And so, Rafael, I also would like to ask you another question. Could you please say how do you envision a creative society where you, your loved ones, and other people will feels happy, safety, and lives comfortably?
I don't know. I said this is first step for me. This is look for the history. How many years, how many happens, how many lives must to go past that world exists like now. And we started, we do it, some things, and this is first step, but the wisdom people said that the first step is the most important. I don't know how it will be look like. I don't know, because I'm the same human being like you. Maybe I have some knowledge, I found something inside me, but this is like a newborn, that maybe I have 41 years old, but when I found that power in my body inside me, that was about 2 years ago. That means that I have 2 years old, because I'm the new person. When you want to start a new life, you must close the door for your old life. And like your organization, like my situation, personal situation, there is beginning. I have 2 years old. I don't know nothing. Only I know that we must to searching inside us. Then when we have something, everything what we find, we must sharing for everyone. And then when we sharing, we must listen that people what they said, because they are, I said that I'm wake up, because you can use that words that you are born again, you are wake up, you are not sleeping again. But most the people in the world, they are sleeping. They are still sleeping, and we must, for the beginning, that journey, we must share with the people. But most important for me is, and I make some experiments with that about a couple months ago, that you can set what people must do, because when you say it, you must do that thing, you must do that thing, you start to building the new world with the same fundament, because that old world where we are living now, the start for that kind of situation that somebody said, you must do that, you must do on this way. This is not correctly for me, because we have a free will. God gives us the free will, and every people in the world have a choice. And if you said something, if you show something, your body, or you show how is your idea for that kind of stuff, this is all. And the reason how that people understanding that, and how they will start to make some new steps, this is not for us, because they must do that things they themselves. This is my opinion.
Thank you so much, Rafael. So basically, creative societies, and we ask people how they envision such a society, is basically the knowledge which maybe each of us has inside from childhood. How should our society look like? Because honestly, all of us, we know how should look a happy society. But now we also understand that in order to build a creative society, a world in which every person will feel comfortable, we should be united. We should be united by one goal. And the basis of this goal are the 8 foundations of creative societies, which were described in the article. The article was published on the web page allatraunites.com on the 18th of May 2020. And it's called The Foundations of the Creative Society and the Stages of its Construction. And dear viewers, you are more than welcome to read this article, because it's very interesting. And also now on the screen, you can see the 8 pillars, the 8 foundations of creative society. And we would like to introduce them to our viewers, and maybe also to discuss with Rafael how he understands these foundations. So I would like to read the first foundation, please. So the first foundation is human life. Human life is the highest value. Life of any human has to be protected as one's own. The goal of society is to ensure and guarantee the value of each human's life. There is not and never can be there anything else more valuable than a human's life. If one human is valuable, then all people are valuable. So this is the presentation of the first foundation. And Rafael, I think that this pillar is very much corresponds to your professional activity and to your life position. So could you please share with us your insights about these foundations?
I have theory, but this is dangerous theory. But I tell you, because I can tell you about the human life, like law said, that is the most important law, human life. But I create the theory, and this is my theory, and I love that theory, that human life, every kind of life, not only human, every kind of animals, every kind of plants, everything what exists. This is the life. And my theory said that human life is some kind of touching, I don't know how to say it. Give me a second, because this is hard for me, because this is the first time when I talk about that, and I want to use the good words. And I think that human life is like some experience for God, because God when see how we live, what we do, because and on that story, God is so great. God is everything. God is Alpha and Omega. God is everywhere, and He created the people because using the people, He can feel how is it, because when I feel happiness today because it's a beautiful day, sun is shining, and I don't feel fear inside me. That my theory said that the same thing feel God, because God is so great, and I think that God exists. I don't know where, but He can feel it. He can feel it because He's a God. Like the same situation with I don't know. Maybe I believe, maybe not. I don't know. For angels, they can do anything. They have a power bigger than people, but they can feel it. They can feel the taste of the water. They can feel the taste of the food what you eat. They can feel what you feel when you wake up. They can feel what you feel when you are falling in love. They can feel that you feel when your mother dies, when doing something wrong. And that theory said that human life is for that kind of reason, that God can feel how is it. That's all.
Thank you for your understandings. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Rafael. I'd like to move to the second pillar. It's human freedom. And actually, what you were speaking before about your insights, about your vision of creative society, it fulfills these 8 foundations. And this second pillar, human freedom, it says that every human is born with the right to be a human being. All people are born free and equal. Everyone has the right to choose. There can be no one and nothing on earth above a human, his freedom and rights. The implementation of human rights and freedoms must not violate the rights and freedoms of others. It's exactly what you were speaking about. And maybe you can open this topic wider more and share your insights about freedom. How do you see what is true freedom in a society? How a person could behave and feel free and not violate the rights and freedoms of others?
It's a very hard question, another hard question.
It's a broadcast of hard questions. Didn't you know?
Going with that same situation, first shot is the best.
Yeah, and maybe your professional experience can help you because you were guarding freedoms and rights of people. And
if we want to create something new, we can think about the things what we have in the old world. If you ask me what kind of experience I have, because I was a lawyer, I'm still a lawyer because I can use my knowledge. But if we want to create something new, we must start to think for the new way. You can create something new when you look on your back and you use some things from the old world. For me, freedom is the most important law. That should be the first law. And we have freedom from the God, because He said, you have free will. This is your freedom. And I always wondered when I was younger, when I was 20, when I was studying law university, why God don't do nothing. Auschwitz, the wars, the bad things, the some people killing people, apartheid, Vietnam, that second war, first war. Why God don't do nothing? Because He can do anything. Why He don't do nothing? And I found the answer because He give us the freedom. He give us the free will. He can do nothing because we create our words. We make decision. If He do something, then He took our freedom for us. And this is my idea. And I think the freedom is the most beautiful thing what we have. We look for the things, cars, houses, clothes, everything. Hey, I have a period in my life that I have so many money that I can buy each day one thing, beautiful, expensive. And I buy that things and 1 hour, 2 hours, that was exciting. And then it's falling down. And next day, for example, I buy the beautiful, expensive watch, Rolex, and I put to my hand. That was excitation all day. I watched the hour, beautiful. But next day, hey, this is not for me. And I put to the closet because I feel without anything. That is good when I don't have nothing with my hand. Because then I feel free. I don't need some things on my body. And we must to think that we have that freedom, even if somebody tell you that you must do like this, then you can think, hey, this is my responsibility, this is my freedom, how I respond for that. If he want, if the situation is that I can do nothing, I do that, but I don't have some bad feelings inside me because my freedom is that I make decision. Okay, I do today like you want, but maybe next week I go to another way and then I do it like I want. And this is freedom for me. And the most important that every day when you wake up, you must think, I have freedom, I have my life, even if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it is windy or cold, doesn't matter. I have freedom, I have my life. I can do with that day what I can. This is beautiful, and this is my theory about the freedom.
Thank you, Rafael. And from your words, I see that the biggest freedom a human has, it's a freedom of a choice.
Yeah.
It's a freedom whether I choose happiness right now with what I have, right? Or I'm looking for it, I'm searching for it outside. And every step in our life, it's a matter of our choice. And where we are now, it's also our choice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I also would like to move to another foundation. It's a human safety, and the human safety. We describe this foundation as that no one and nothing in society has the right to create threats to the life and freedom of a human. Every human is guaranteed free provision of essential necessities, including food, housing, medical care, education, and full social security. Scientific, industrial, and technological activities of the society should be aimed exclusively at improving the quality of human life, guaranteed economic stability, no inflation, end crisis, stable and same prices around the world, and single monetary unit, and a fixed minimal taxation or no tax. The security of a human and society from any kind of threat is ensured by the unified global service that deals with emergency situation. And I also would like to ask you, Rafael, sorry, what do you think about this foundation, about human safety? What is your understanding about human safety?
Large topic, another large topic. And when we are for the beginning of the road, I said the basic, the fundamentals. For me, safety is peace inside you, because if you have peace inside you, if you don't fight with anything, you wake up and yesterday was the sun and today is the raining. Don't fight with that. When you don't fight with that, you have peace. When you have peace, you are safety. Because when you can explain yourself that even the worst, even I die today, it's normal, because we are born and we are going to die. We don't know when, today, tomorrow, for 20, 30 years. And when you agree with that, this is normal things, because people are afraid about the death, about some kind of situation, what they think that they are wrong. Because, for example, they are afraid that I lose the job, I lose the money, and I don't have the money for, because safety is the first answer is the home, the some place with that bad and worry word. When you are safety, you can go to work, you can go to hospital, you can be ill, but when you come back to your home, now then you are feel safety. But what is that home? You have loans, you must pay the rent. If you pay the rent, you must go to work. If you go to work, you must be healthy, and that safety is not so strong for me. People, they think that when they have a house, beautiful house, they are safety. But for me, safety is the same when you have a peace, when you agree for everything what could be happened. Because I have situation 2 weeks ago, I go with my bicycle and some guys go driving by car, don't see me, and there is some 2-3 seconds and that will be some accident and I could die. And that situation realized me that I don't know when, I don't how, and the safety. Your home is your body. Your home is inside you, because even God said, "Come to my home. I'm your home. The God is your home. That you're believing and what you have inside. This is your home. The first your home, the first your safety is your body. You must plant that body. You must care about what you're eating, what you're doing. You smoke or you are not smoke. This is the most important, because our bodies, this is the first our home. And when you have everything clear in your body, when you eat good, when you don't drink alcohol, when you don't smoke the cigarettes, this is not my stuff. If you want smoking, this is your decision. This is, you have a free will. But when you are not smoking, you are feel great. When you are feel great, you have feel happiness. When you feel happiness, you have peace. When you have peace, you have safety. And this is safety for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rafael, and very, very deep understandings, and it's very interesting to hear them. I would like, as the time of our broadcast is running out, I would like to introduce to our viewers the other foundations from the list. So we have discussed the three first foundations, and also there is a foundation number 4, which is transparency and openness of information for all. Foundation number 5, the creative ideology. Foundation number 6, development of personality. Foundation number 7, justice and equality. And foundation number 8, self-governing society. And of course, we would love to discuss in details all of them, but as the time of our broadcast is running out, I would like to ask you, Rafael, what is your opinion if we apply these 8 foundations on our society, if all people accept them and live as according to these foundations? Would we build a creative society quickly? Would it be a world we would like to live in?
I don't know. I don't know, because this is some process. I don't know, because people are on a different level. I'm on that level, you are on a different level, and I can say, I can tell you must do for that way. We must wait. And for me, if you said about that goals and create the new world and new society, and for the first question you asked me, how I see that, how I want to see that, how I feel that. This, for me, this is not a good way, because when you don't know, but you know that you want to go to that goals, and every day when you wake up and you do something, you don't need to do all the time. Do one thing, start for the one small things, and then everything will be changing. And maybe we die, maybe our children, when they listen what we said, they start to do something, then maybe they die and their children listen, hey, this is not so stupid, because we not agree about that everything what we see. That people said something interesting, maybe we do something with that. And when we have that technology, that I'm in Finland, you in Prague, you in Stockholm, and all the world, we can share our minds. And when we share our minds, then, for example, that meeting today, this is some big step to changing, because maybe you not agree with my theory, maybe you not agree with that what I saying today, but you know, even one word what I say today goes to you, and you change something, and you start to think about that normal thing what you do every day for a different. This is the changing. And the most beautiful is when you create something and you changing every day. You don't see how it look like for the end, because this is utopia. This is for visionaries, and we must standing hard on the field, because this is not good situation in our lives and this world. We must standing, and we must remember that even if we change one thing, one small thing, this is process is going, and this is all.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for your vision, and hope, dear viewers, that you enjoyed our today conversation. And I just would like to remind you that it's very easy to join the project Creative Society. So the project was initiated by ALLATRA International Public Movement, and there is a website, allatraunites.com. So to join the project, you simply go to this web page, you choose the big red button, Join Us. You choose the language you speak. So then there is a question, how would you like to join? You give an answer and leave your contacts to the participants of ALLATRA International Public Movement so that we could get in touch with you. And so that's very easy. And if you, dear guests, would like to participate in our live conversations and 6 degrees of connection on ALLATRA TV Middle East, please send us email to uae@allatraunites.com. Thank you.
And also, dear friends, you can share our broadcast in social networks. And you can use hashtags Creative Society and ALLATRA Unites.
And please feel free to leave your comments below this video and join this 6 Handshakes initiative. After all, the more people find out about this initiative and take part in this project, the sooner we will build the creative society we all want to live in, and we will feel happy, free, and safe in this society. Thank you all for watching this broadcast.
And the very last reminder, guys, that the project Creative Society and live conversations and broadcasts are being mainstreamed nowadays in different languages. So if you speak English or Italian, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, Indian language, or any other languages, and you would like to participate, please still get in touch with us so that volunteers of ALLATRA International Public Movement organize a live broadcast in your mother language. And if you have ideas about Creative Society, but you don't want to participate in video broadcasts or radio broadcast, please send us your emails with essay on the topic Creative Society. So we cannot build the Creative Society if we don't know the opinion of every human being, because this society consists of all people. So in order to understand how should a creative society look like, we need to get the opinion of every human being. And then we will be ready to combine these opinions and to decide all together how we see such a society and what steps we can do in order to create it. But for sure, the sooner we unite and start discussing this topic on all platforms available today, the sooner we will be able to go to the practical steps. And today we are at a stage of information to inform people about this project and to spread this message to the world. So thank you very much, dear guests, dear Rafael. Thank you very much, my beautiful co-host today, Taisia, Anastasia. Thank you, dear viewers, and have a lovely day. Bye.
Bye-bye.